What's up, Pokemon fans? It's time for the next playthrough, the next edition of the anime Pokemon GameLocke Challenge. This time, we're into Sapphire. We're still on Gen 3. We just started Gen 3, in fact, and we have our work cut out for us. Do we ever? We definitely have our work cut out for us. We did very, very well, however, in our Ruby run, though we did end up losing Garp. We lost Garp. That was a bit of a major loss, especially since we managed to carry him through where he wasn't as viable as he could have been all the way through Gen 2, just to lose him on the first leg of Gen 3. That was a seriously tough blow. We picked up the pace. We picked up the pace after that, but seriously, not a great showing. Not a great showing whatsoever in that factor. Now, however, though we lost our pseudo-legendary, we have a pretty strong team. So going forward into Sapphire, we of course were allotted 2 points. Count them, 1, 2, 1, 4, of course. If you check the rules set at the beginning of this series, or if you check the rules down below, 1 for clearing the Elite Four, and another 1 for sweeping the Elite Four with no deaths. So, the fact that we managed to do that, of course, with our, lack of PokeMart Clause, I still think that's always an accomplishment. We spent these points on our Trico and our Aron. So, both our Inuyasha and our Kongosuha. Kongosuha gets an Adamant Nature, of course, because if he becomes an Aggron, Adamant Nature is just the tried and true choice. And with Trico, with Inuyasha, we chose Leech Seed, an egg move for Leech Seed. Leech Seed is so good in every gen and so useful, especially in Nuzlocke. There's no reason not to grab a Leech Seed, you know what I mean, when the opportunity presents itself. So we got our 2 points, we spent our 2 points, now we're back at 0. Total points gained 13, total points spent 13. And now, without further ado, now that we've covered the points spent, we're on to Pokemon Sapphire. Let's get underway with it, ladies and gentlemen. Alright, here we go. So, we are into Pokemon Sapphire. And as I already spoke about, it's crazy that we got this far, because when you play hardcore Nuzlocke, like, it just takes one bad run at the Elite Four. It takes one bad gym battle, and or in my case, one bad gym, where I always, even though I don't showcase it anymore, I used to, but where once I enter a gym, I cannot leave. Gym Leader Clause, check it in the comments. Or the description, I should say, not the comments. Once you do that, all it takes is one bad run, and for you to get a couple of bad crits, and then you're SOL. You're either using up all your items, and then you're screwed for the Elite Four, or you lose a bad gym battle, It's very easy to falter. The fact that we made it all the way to Sapphire is, in my opinion, incredible. Even though it's been a tried and true thing on the best methods to win Gen 1 games and even Gen 3 games, Gen 2 is a little bit dicier, I'm not gonna lie. But it is what it is. Also, we did try to fix some of the windowed issues that we were having in previous ones. We have this nice pretty layout that you guys see, of course, before you, made by yours truly. They always are. I can't afford to pay someone for that shit. So, I do try to make the window all, nice and pretty and everything within it. But as you guys know from previous entries, sometimes the capture footage is at different window sizes, and the recording just, it took a different version. So I'm going to try my best to keep it at this ratio. I try to do it a bit better. I don't know why it records at different aspect ratios, but I will be editing it live like I did on the Ruby one if it becomes an issue, like a long-standing issue. If it's a small recording, I'm not that worried about it, So either way, we start off the game. We name ourselves Griever. Go figure. And now we jump out. And here we are. It is tiring. It's so tiring to travel, Mom. Jesus. And boom. As I said on the... I believe I said this in the Ruby one and in the Crystal one, stuff like that. I feel obligated to show the start. Like, if we don't show the whole intro start to the game, I feel weird. I feel weird for not including that. I feel weird to be like, oh yeah, and here's our Trico. Oh yeah, here's our Squirtle. You know, like, it's weird to me. So I feel like even though I'm not doing these on a live stream and I'm not showcasing every moment of them and showing all the raw footage, I feel like I want to just include, alright, this is how we started. Just so you guys know, we did do it legit. I don't know. I don't know what it is. It just feels weird. Like, if I started watching a Let's Play and I was like, oh yeah, here's the first gym. I'd be like, okay, well, when did you jump off the truck? Did you get to Little Root Town? Like, why did you start in Ober? Like, I would be weirded out, you know? I want to see the Poochyena attack Professor Birch's bad shorts every fucking time, you know? I'm built like that. I don't know what it is. Meanwhile, I skip all the other interactions. You know what I mean? Like, to a degree, I just say, no, we're good. We're good. But yeah. It's always been a thing, man. I don't know what it is. It's that I don't have ADD or OCD or any of those things, but I'm like, sometimes I hover. I hover around those letters. And I'm just like, little bit of this? Just coming through. Not enough to be diagnosed or not enough to pay someone to diagnose that shit. Alrighty, so our ID number is 0, so we get our pick. That's a big thing. Okay, so our ID number ended in 0. We have some good old-fashioned notes in regards to that. So we get to pick Mudkip, the greatest goddamn starter of any Nuzlocke, period. The greatest starter of all time. Not my favorite starter, in all honesty. Mudkip would probably be like 8th, you know, as far as like my favorite like starter as a Pokemon. But nobody can deny how powerful, like, Mudkip is right there with Bulbasaur being like one of the most powerful starting Pokemon, period, for easy game. And we named this Mudkip Sajiro because this is, of course, the Pokemon Sapphire Kenshin edition. So, we name him after, of course, and we get the chance to name every starter with our own personal preference. And this one, of course, is Hiko Sajiro. The strongest, the man, the myth, the legend. And will we ever get the chance to actually use him? Who knows? Because now we're up against our first rival battle against May with her Trico, and we already have a flamethrower Toriko, who is doing pretty good. Doing pretty good. And then we flamethrow him to death. We thought we'd give him a small tackle, just to see how it felt. And then boom, level 6. So, it's gonna hurt me to not ever use a Mudkip, you know, on a Nuzlocke. That's gonna hurt like crazy, but it is what it is. And now our first capture is a Lotad that is named Yahiko. We get Yahiko right off the bat. Lotad named Yahiko. Okay. Alright, cool. Then we get a Wurmple. Apparently we didn't catch a Wurmple in the Ruby one, and it's named Henya. So Henya of the not the Band 7, that's Inuyasha, the Obi-Wan group. And then Talo, we catch ourselves a Talo named Sanosuke. Sanosuke. One of the main characters. Like, we're getting some big names here. Granted, we only have about... how many names do we add to this wheel? I think this wheel had 31 names. 31 names total. I didn't think we would need more than that. I think we had 31 names total, and each one is a character that I either remembered the name of or made sure to include if they were an important character. So, but Toriko evolved into a Quilava right before the first gym. Okay, so once again, Gen 1 is the only gym where you, like, getting to level 16 is like normal. You know, but yeah, okay, so we're up against Roxanne here, and we go up against a Geodude with Kongo Suha, who takes a rock tomb, and we're like, bitch, please, lower our speed? We're already slow. We don't care. Oh, Defense Curl? That's cute. How about a Metal Claw? So, I mean, we're doing quite well. Roxanne uses a potion. But Kongo Suha is already level 13. Like, Kongo Suha has put in the work. He's fine. He's chilling. He's not going to get to a Leiron level anyways until, like, level 30. That's, like, Gym 4-ish, I'm assuming. So, yeah. But the beautiful part about this, Geodude can't hurt him. This is a wonderful thing. This is what dreams are made of, ladies and gentlemen. Because Geodude, as cool as he is not cool enough. Like Kongo Suha! And now we're up against the Nose Pass. Now we're like, alright, yeah, do your hardening shit. I don't give a fuck. Metal Claw. And you don't have Defense Curl. So, or at least you're not Defense Curled up like the Geodude was. So, that Rock Throw was a critical hit. That's unfortunate. But our Metal Claw brings you down to below even our health in 2 moves. Alright, you're not going to crit twice. He does crit twice. And I'm sitting there going, really? Now we're down to red. And our attack rose from the Metal Claw. Let's go. Plus, our Oran Berry took place. There's no way he can do anything. Yeah, you weren't going to crit again. And now we have Metal Claw. So, Kongo Suha takes down Roxanne. In beautiful, time-honored, just waiting it out fashion. It wasn't clean. It was a clean win. It was just one of those wins that was like time-consuming. It was enduring. And now Kenpachi is once again evolving into our beloved Wartortle. Who, once again, if we can keep... It's very difficult to trade out, especially knowing what Kenpachi has. Like, he's got that Ice Beam. He's powered up. Like, how do you trade out a Blastoise for a Swampert? Really? Like, that's a hard choice. I didn't do it for Escanor. I didn't do it with Totodile. I had the option, and I didn't do it. And now Inuyasha is also evolving into Grovyle, and once again, we're not... That's our grass type, so we're good to go. We don't have another grass type option as far as that goes, so we're good right now. But we do love our Inuyasha. Of course we do. And we do not want to learn Fury Cutter. Now we're into the second gym battle. And here we go. Up against the Machop. Here comes Shunsui. To Thunderbolt the Machop to death. Yeah, we're just taking no prisoners this time. If I recall, this is where we lost Garp. Was in the Brawly Gym. And we're just like, yeah, fuck fighting fair. We're just going to do our strongest special attacker against these physical attackers and destroy them. Who he does survive and uses Arm Thrust up against Shunsui, which is cute. But even 5 times would not win that battle. And you barely survive that first Thunderbolt. The second one, sorry Makuhita, you're gone. There we go. Boom, baby. 2 gym badges. Leggedy split. Then we catch ourselves an Electrike named Karu. Okay. Named Karu. Alright, Kenshin's wife. Or future wife, I should say. Then we catch ourselves a Plusa named Saidochi. Saidochi. Alright. Where's Saidochi from? I know that name. I just think that's not part of the Obi-Wan group. That's Saiduchi. Saiduchi. Is that the Obi-Wan group? No, I think that's one of the... I think that's part of the Shishios group. Saiduchi. Saiduchi. I'll put a picture up at this junction. Anyway, we're up against one of the strongest points that you're gonna fight your rival, in my opinion. This is one of the hardest points if you're not prepared for the rival battle. This is the strongest your rival ever gets. This is the strongest rival on a Nuzlocke, anyways. This is where you lose something every time. In my opinion, it's just one of the hardest. Now, granted, in our GameLocke and our GenLocke, we're more than prepared. We have all the type matchups, usually more powerful Firegrass water cores at this point, but still. Now, see, we could stay in with the Ice Beam, but we're like, yeah, fuck that. Go into the Torkoal, go into Quilava, handle the Absorb, and they're always usually a little bit stronger, as you can see, like level 20 and stuff like that, right? Like, generally at this point, she's quite a bit higher than you're expecting, even if you have a team of 4. But if you have a team of 6 like we do, you're not level 20 at this point. You're not over leveled. Like, most times when you battle your rival and stuff like that, in older gens, you were generally over leveled, or at least, you know, you're as strong as their ace. Normally on that bridge one, you're not. You're usually level 17, 18, and she's got level 20. Now we face our other rival, Wally, with the Ralts, and Ichiryu is just going to... This is going to be sad. I know people talk about the baby and the nuke meme. Or the atomic bomb, whatever they call it, but... Yeah. This is what they were talking about. Alright, so now up against Watson. Watson. Actually, just a cheerful gym leader. Probably one of my favorites from Gen 3. I'm trying to think who my favorite gym leader from Gen 3 is. Either Juan is definitely one of my favorites, or Watson. Yeah. It's definitely not... It's not Tate Liz. It's not Norman. Holy shit, that self-destruct. My god, we start out with that flamethrower to say, hey, Magneton, come in, do your stuff, and now I'm scared shitless that he'll outspeed me, or even if I don't kill him in one hit, he'll Sonic Boom me. I had a whole plan there, but he fucking self-destructed. Like, that is scary. So now we gotta switch into the neutral damaging Ichiryu. Let's lower his attack. Even though he's going to go for the special, let's just lower his attack. Let's do the Intimidate. That Shockwave, oh. See, I can't even survive a Shockwave with Ichiryu because special defense is not his forte. So now we go into Shunsui, hoping for the Shockwave again. Vault Absorb, let's go. Now let's add the Wish. Are we going to... Oh, are we going to try to stress test this? Alright, that's not bad damage though. But then the Supersonic comes in. See, this is what I'm talking about. You can easily get faltered here. We're a few levels lower than that Magneton, and because Torkoal was damaged, I don't have the options here. So now we switch into Inuyasha, and he goes for the Thunder Wave. Instead of the Shockwave, he goes for the Thunder Wave. So now I want that Leech Seed. He goes for the Sonic Boom. We get the Leech Seed once again, coming in. This is what I was talking about at the beginning. It comes in clutch. We get that health back. It's constant damage. Let's go for the Absorb. He goes for the Supersonic. We're confused. We're probably going to be paralyzed or hit ourselves. Neither one. And even though he's steel type right now, it was just a little chip damage. It was just to drain that little bit more leech seed damage before a switch out. Now we're free to switch in Shunsui. The Sonic Boom actually missed. We take the Leech Seed. And now we can Thunderbolt him all day. And no matter what happens, Shunsui's, you know, he's fine. Yeah, because he can Thunder Wave, but the Leech Seed's going to kill him. There we go. But this is what I'm talking about. Like, look at this. This is Gym 3. We have a full team stacked up. And all it took, once again, was an injured team going in there, a bad roll on a self-destruct chance, and now we were on a back foot. That's all I'm saying. So we got that. Volbeat is Hoji caught. Fantastic. Got ourselves a Volbeat. Got ourselves a Slugma named Yumi. Yumi, Shishio's squeeze. Who, once again, good for her. Appearances don't matter. That was true love. Skarmory named Sojuro. Sojuro. What happened, Sojuro? You know? Not exactly the name I would have picked for a Skarmory, though Sojuro's a fantastic character. Okay, now we're up against Archie. So those are our captured Pokemon. Now we're facing off against Archie at Mount Ember. For the Mount Ember? Is that correct? Anyways. So we're starting out with Shunsui here. But yeah, my point is looking at that Watson fight, everything was going fine, but you're not using items. You don't go in there with a full team, like a full healthy team. You're battling all the trainers, then you go in there, and if you're not willing to use items, you fight the gym leader at your own peril, and one bad like that self-destructing Voltorb screwed the entire plan. One Flamethrower would have done so much damage. I could have two-shot at easily that Magneton, if not one-shot him. But then I was in a bad position. Would he outspeed me? If I didn't kill him in one shot, he would have killed my Torkoal. You know? And that's exactly what happened. So this is the beauty of Nuzlocke. And look, now, because of the sand attack, I didn't one-shot the Golbat. Thankfully, Golbat didn't end up doing anything. But still, that could have been a bad play. You know, we have Supersonic, we have Confuse Rays, we have chip damage. There's a lot that goes into a Nuzlocke. But Shunsui is the answer to all the prayers when it comes to Team Aqua. Not gonna lie. So there we go. We do defeat Archie with very little issue. So while Watson gave us a big scare there, all good. Now Spoink was caught, named Anju, of the fist, Anju. So Spoink was caught. And then after that, we fight our fourth gym. Okay, cool. Flannery and her Slugmas and that Torkoal. I always was much more partial to Torkoal than Camerupt. There's a reason. That Torkoal is a beast. So we start off with a more neutral, just powerhouse special attacker in Shunsui, just to do some super, you know, Thunderbolt damage, neutral, same level, able to take out the Slugmas without any problems. And then in comes the Torkoal. So Torkoal's very deadly, of course, but if we Thunderbolt it early, let's see what happens. Almost half damage. Goes for that goddamn overheat. Very powerful. The special attack harshly fell, so overheat won't do near as much. But at 30, I'm not chancing that shit. We gotta switch into someone who can either tank it or not. Kenpachi's already at his limit from battling through. This is my point. When you do the gym leader clause, you got some problems. So Intimidate does not work. So we jump in there and we take the Body Slam. But however, we have our own Body Slam, which paralyzes. We get that lucky. We get that lucky level. Goes for the Attract immediately. Goes for that Attract. Problem. A big problem. Now we can switch out. But I want to see what he's going to do. He's going to Hyper Potion. Or she. And we're immobilized by love. God damn it. However, no full restore, so still paralyzed. This is a good thing. Because it means I can switch safely into Toriko. Or not. I take that hit, and there's no paralysis. So I have to switch back to Ichiryu, but at least now no Attract. So the Intimidate, of course, once again doesn't work. But Torkoal is paralyzed. So now I get to get a free Body Slam in to do almost as much damage as the Thunderbolt originally did. Attack missed. So now I go for the Strength because we don't actually need the paralysis again. But for some reason it looks like the Body Slam did a lot more than Strength. I think it's now 85 instead of 80. So at this point, so in Gen 3. So whatever, boom, we do end up defeating the Torkoal. That was a little bit of switcheroo fun stuff there. But either way, Flannery was defeated. And that's 4 gym badges. But now Watson and Flannery both were a little bit dicey. A little bit dicey. And straight into Norman. Alright, 5th gym. Let's go. Straight into Norman. And here comes the Slacking. So we go for the Rock Smash. I'm assuming, yes, to lower the defenses. Goes for the Facade. Now we know that he's going to be loafing around. Oh, that Body Slam does a lot of damage. And boom, we get another Body Slam. Boom, free Body Slam. Okay, we knew what we were doing. We knew what we were doing with that Rock Smash. Let's go, baby. Let's go, let's do this. Okay, the second Slacking comes in. He's tightening his focus. But we go for that Rock Smash. Super effective. Lowers the defense. And of course he lost its focus and couldn't move. So now we get the free Body Slam. Boom, baby. Oh, we got this. Loafing around. That second Body Slam. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because even if he gets it, he's going to lose his focus from this. 2 Slackings down. Let's go. Let's go. Not losing anything to these Slackings is crazy. And now the Vigoroth comes in. Now the Vigoroth has that slash crit. That's important to remember. That thing's going to crit. Oh, it didn't crit. It didn't crit. Baby. Let's go. Let's go. We got this. We got this by the ass. I am so freaking hyped. And now Kongo Suha is evolving. We have lost nothing so far. We have 5 gym battles. We defeated those goddamn Slackings. And now Kongo Suha has evolved. Like, we are sitting. We are sitting so pretty. So beautiful. Brings a tear to the eye. And now we caught ourselves a Magneton named Kenshin himself. Main character got rolled. Kenshin. Kenshin himself. Okay. Alright. And a Tropius was also caught named Misao. Okay, so Misao was caught, and now we're up against our rival once again. Bum bum dun 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 bum bum ba dum. And I don't think we're going to have any trouble. As I said, the first bridge battle is the hardest rival battle in Ruby, Sapphire, Emerald. It's the hardest one. Even the Elite Four one against Wally is easier because at that point you have the best moves. You're going to the Elite Four. You have your best TMs, you have your best moves. Everybody's fully evolved or close to it. And there should be no reason for you. I mean, obviously, you can lose things to any rival battle. You can lose anything to a trainer battle. But my point is, at the point in time that you fight May on the bridge, that is, in my opinion, arguably the worst. You're the most underleveled, the most unprepared, and she's the most stacked in any encounter. In the entirety of rival battles in Gen 3. This does not include Fire Red, Leaf Green. That's a whole nother conversation. But still. Alright. So now we switch out, of course, to Shunsui and take down. As I said, I'm not even worried about this one. I know we have the perfect switch into every battle. We have Thunderbolt for the Whalmer. We could get rid of the Numel. Grovyle comes in, we Flamethrower. It's no big deal. Everything's a win. Everything's a win. See? Told you. And now we catch ourselves an Absol named Saito. Oh, man. It'd be so cool to use Saito. Hajime Saito the Absol? That's a perfect name. That's a perfect fucking name. Can't believe I rolled that one. The starters I usually pick, everything else is rolled, and that's crazy. Okay, so 6 gym battle. Let's go. Let's go. Okay, we're a few levels higher than Swell. Of course, our special attack in Shunsui should make no problem. The Altaria is the problem. Because that Altaria has Earthquake. Here it comes. Alright. So let's go for the ×4. Yeah, I see what we're doing here. We're not a Blastoise yet, though. So Dragon Dance, Ice Beam. Double Dragon Dance. This is scary. If this doesn't freeze, we're probably fucked. Is that attack rising? That Earthquake is disgusting. Oh no. And here comes the Earthquake. 2 Dragon Dances. Oh, okay. I expected that to actually do a lot more. I expected that to go to the red. Granted, a crit would have killed. So, goddamn. The Altaria is gone. Everything's okay. Switch back to Shunsui and let him just take care of business. Granted, the Altaria we probably could have dealt with Pokemon like Ichiryu. Body slamming him, you know, and stuff like that. Like, physically and stuff. But it still would have been a lot of switching around. Potions would have been used. It is what it is. But yeah, so we get rid of the Pelipper, and now the Skarmory is going to come out, and it's going to be a no diff. It's going to be no issue. Shunsui's the only issue. Once again, Shunsui, if Shunsui could survive 1 Earthquake, had we, you know what the funny thing is? Had we stayed in on that first Dragon Dance, probably could have outsped, even with that speed boost, and 2-shot with the Thunderbolts. I didn't want to lose Shunsui, which I think everyone would agree is fair, you know. But I swear, I probably could have done that. So, Toriko is now evolving into the beloved Typhlosion, which we're all for. So 6 gym badges. We have ourselves a Typhlosion. And now we are about to get ourselves a Blastoise. And I assume this means that Sceptile is right on the way. Because we were right there. We were level 33, 35, 34, all that stuff when we fought Winoa there. Winya. Is her name Winnoa? I always think like Winnoa Ryder every time I fucking see her. Just because Winnoa, the wind, rider. Riding the wind. And now we have ourselves a Sceptile. So yeah, all 3 starters evolved. We're awesome. So, after that, we of course go up against our rival for a... Is this the 4th time? Yeah, the bridge, the other bridge, or after the second bridge, the first encounter, and yeah. In Emerald, you can battle her a 5th time, I believe, but this is the 4th and final battle up against May. So, yeah. I did like when they started doing that, when they started giving the characters actual names and stuff like that. I'm still mad at the whole leaf thing. It's obviously, it's green. You know, her name's, you know, blue. Her name's Blue. Like, there's red, green, and blue. She's always been blue. She was there in the Pokemon Adventures as blue and stuff like that, you know, because we had red and green, who is sometimes named Blue because Americans. But, yeah. So, this is going to be sad because, once again, not even an evolved Camerupt. Like, we just evolved all 3 starters. You don't even have an evolved your own starter. I stayed in against Grovyle. Like, not that I had a choice, but still, it's like... Ice Beam. Just to see if I can. I don't know. In my mind, that's kind of sad. So we switch into Sunsweet because we know it's coming. We know the Wailmer's coming. So we're there to take the Leaf Blade at neutral damage. Take out the Grovyle with a Thunderbolt. Because we don't care about the Flamethrower aspect and then switching out again. We just make sure we stay in with Shunsui so that we get the quick... Here comes the Wailmer. And now, Thunderbolt, outspeed, one shot, it's over. Not a single evolved Pokemon. Well, the Swellow, but still. Like, 4 Pokemon's great, but just have a fully evolved team at the last battle. May never has a fully evolved team, which I understand she's more into the contest, and I think that was the point. And I have a level of respect for what the game designers were trying to do. Now, Shupup is caught named Tomei. That's the Megumi. That's the medicine woman from Kenshin, the other one that lives in the place. Electrode is also caught named Aoshi. Aoshi. Jesus, we're running out of names here. We've got quite a few. I think the wheel was down to like 18 names at this point. And here we go, Tate and Liz. Gym 7. Now last time, it was a bit of a battle. Let's do the same fucking thing again. Let's surf their ass. Oh, we're going for the Leech Seed and then the Surf? Oh, look at us. We're planning ahead. We're like, oh, no. Because Gen 3 Surf was so much better for team battles. I mean, it was actually worse, but kind of better. And we get the crit! Soul Rock's gone! We did not even need the Leech Seed. We could have Leaf Bladed and called this a day. What the hell? What the hell? That is... I actually kind of feel bad. I don't. Tate and Liz and so many Nuzlocks. I've never experienced this. I've had struggles, as you guys have seen on previous playthroughs and stuff. But Tate and Liz never destroyed my Nuzlocke like it has done other people that I've watched. So I am 100% behind this. Let's go. Fuck Tate and Liz. Liz, whatever. Okay, now we're up against Archie. For the second time. Alright. Let me get in the groove here. Let me punch the speed bag a little bit. Alright, Archie. What you got, boy? What you got, boy? Same thing as always. Never mind. But he's stronger than us. To be fair, he is stronger than us. But we have Ichiryu. We're cooking. Paralyzed. At the very beginning. Scary faces. Go ahead. Go ahead. We're Ichiryu. You don't understand? We are the powerhouse when you could not catch a Snorlax and you got lucky in the Safari Zone. We are the normal type. If normal type had a mascot, it would be this bull. That or Snorlax. Or to be fair, Chansey kind of has somewhat of a ball. That's not the point. Get rid of that Mightyena. And take no damage, by the way. Take no damage. Crobat comes in. Fuck him. Oh, you're going to confuse rain me? That's cute. Still going to hit you. Watch this. Watch this. We're confused? Hit him. Never mind. But fuck him, we're going to try it again. Erica, oh, goddamn. Oh, it was a crit. I was about to say, I was like, wait a minute. What? And then we do hit ourselves. Okay, okay. To be fair, Ichiryu had a great run against that Mightyena. He's a little tuckered out. He's a wee bit tired. A wee bit tired. So we don't judge him. But here comes Kongo Suha, who wing attack can do nothing. Then we rocked it. Oh, we're going for big game here. We're going for big game. We're going for that special. And now we are confused. So now we're in the same boat. Okay, I know none of this is going to do anything. Oh, we stopped out of confusion? Rock Tomb! Half health. And lowered the speed. Even crazier. And now you had to use a super potion. Oh, you bitch. You were scared. You were scared of the Rock Tomb. Which did miss, but, you know. Let's go for the headbutt then. Let's go for more of a sure thing. Let's just see what the damage difference is. Yeah. I mean, with the critical hit, that mattered, obviously, but... yeah, fuck Rock Tomb. Got rid of that Crobat, didn't we? Didn't we? Kongo Suha. Let's go, baby. You're almost an Aggron. You'll get there, baby. Here comes the Sharpedo. So now let's switch out to Inuyasha. Let's call this clutch. Oh. Honestly, Giga Drain was the better choice there. I say that while one-shotting with Leaf Blade, but I'm saying the safe option was Giga Drain. Archie is defeated and Kongo Suha evolves into his peak. Beautiful. Ultimate form. Let's go, baby. Kongo Suha. The Diamond Monster. Right here, right now. The Diamond Demon is ready to wreck your shit. And now we're up against Wallace. 8th gym leader. Where has the time gone? It's been like, I don't know, a quarter past Freckle. I don't know. Either way, alright, we're starting off, alright. Because this is a tricky one. This is a tricky one to navigate. So, Loved is obviously electric and leaf, grass types both have their place here. But Wallace is a funky water type, right? So, obviously you start off with your electric type or your grass type. It doesn't matter, right? So, you get yourself into either position. Doesn't matter what the love is. In comes the Wish Cast. Now you gotta switch, because this thing has Earthquake. So now you gotta switch, obviously, into your Grass type, which is ×4, which is great, in theory. You take the Earthquake, and blah, blah, blah. But if you don't do this, he's got the Ice types. He's got the Water Ice to decimate your Grass type. So it's a strange, funky notion. So this is where you definitely keep Giga Drain, not just Leaf Blade, on your Sceptile. And boom, you're back to full strength. Get your Sceptile. You've beaten the electric bounce, and now here comes Cecilio. So now you can Leaf Blade freely. Critical hit ratio is better, all that fun jazz. There's no reason to use your Giga Drains. You take this, you're likely to, at level 40, you might be able to kill it, you might not. But you still take that Aurora Beam, which is going to do, like, look at that damage. And if that was an Ice Beam, you'd probably be close to death. So now you have a choice. You either Giga Drain him, but you're going to recover very little because it's in the red, or you switch back out to your electric type, which is what we do. He Hyper Potions up, which is something that if you had predicted that, you'd be able to Giga Drain, get the full HP back, and then be able to Leaf Blade him with the speed advantage, and he'd be back at full and everything would be copacetic. Now you're sitting there with a grass type that's weakened. It's, you know, but you're taking that chance. And in Nuzlocke, you're taking the chance that he goes for the Hyper Potion. If he goes for the Aurora Beam, you're dead. So then you can kill the Seeking on the next turn, no problem, with his quick Thunderbolt. Trust me when I say that critical hit does not matter when it's a Shunsui. Now you're into his ace, the level 43 Melodic. Thunderbolt this bitch. Just Thunderbolt it, do not try to Thunder it, Thunderbolt it. You want that fun, free, 100% accuracy damage. It might Water Pulse, it might Ice Beam, it might recover. But just spam Thunderbolt. You will be fine. And lo and behold, you beat Wallace. Cheers. Now in Victory Road, we catch ourselves a Hariyama named Shishio. Get the main villain of the arc too. There was a couple of names that we never did get that kind of disappoint me, but it is what it is. Because that is definitely not the Victory Road is over. That is the end of that. And here we go. Wally, the final secondary rival battle. Up against Wally. Start off with Kenpachi. We're a little weak. We're level 40. He's got level 44s. What the fuck? That's weird. I don't know if I like that. No, I thought about it for 2 seconds and I don't like that. So we double Ice Beam him and still, yeah, we kill the Altaria, but still, like, damn. The Altaria could have ripped our team apart, obviously. In comes the Magneton, obviously we got to switch. Typhlosion is the answer here. Here we go, Torkoal! Goes for the Screech. We don't care because Flamethrower is going to one-shot him. We got this. We got this by... The only thing that's scary is the Gardevoir, honestly. Once the Altaria is taken... Wally's team is actually really good because the Altaria is scary and so is the Gardevoir. But I don't believe that Altaria has Earthquake. Unlike Winnowa's, I don't think Wally's Altaria has Earthquake, which makes it far less scary and deadly. But I could be wrong about that. I'm not sure. I'm not 100% sure. That might be an Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire thing. That might be just a Ruby Sapphire. That could be an Emerald thing. I'm not 100%. So do not quote me on that. I might be misremembering. Just go check Cerebi like everybody else does. I don't pretend to remember every goddamn thing. If a Pokemon Master has eidetic memory, then Sheldon Cooper's the only fucking one who knows everything, you know what I mean? Like, I sit here and, like, you know. My Pokemon Master, I don't know. Definitely a Pokemon Trainer. Been one since 1995. And here we go, flamethrowing that Gardevoir just to be on the same. Yeah, we're just gonna flamethrower. We're just gonna do our strongest attack to. Oh, here comes that Psychic Blast. Down to the red. we're gonna switch. That's bold. Oh, I think I know what we're doing. We're going for that leech seed just in case things go sour. Because the psychic, yeah. Look at that psychic. God damn it. Oh, so I went for the... That was a misclick, wasn't it? I swear to shit that was a misclick. But we did get the aerial ace in there. So now we can switch calmly into... We can switch to Kongo Suha, Ichiryu. But they are... Like, to be fair at this point, Wally's team is about 3 to 4 levels higher than us. We would be able to probably tank these a little bit better if we were 44, 45. We're only just touching 40 at this point, so... Here we go. It's Elite Four time, baby. Here comes the first one. Sydney. Alright, Sydney. Let's go, baby. He's the dark tag. He's fun. I like Sydney. I hate his haircut, but I like Sydney. Start off with Argon. Because he's got that brick break. Kongo Suha. Who almost kills him in one hit, but not quite. He needs a stronger move than that to kill Mighty Anna. Mighty Anna's got that physical defense. And with that sand attack, it's a bit of a problem. So we go for the brick break once again. We get him back down to, you know, it was never going to kill. And then we miss. The sand attack does its job. We take a little bit of chip damage from Crunch. Go for another brick break, but we do hit it the second, well, the third time. Fourth time. Third? Fourth. And finally get it. So now he goes into the Sharpedo, who's obviously going to surf us. So we're going to switch into either Inuyasha or Shinsui, and I'm not sure which one. Yeah, Inuyasha, that's fine. And he goes for the Swagger, excuse me. Goes for the Swagger, which, honestly, if I had known the Swagger was coming, probably would have stayed in, got that double attack, and once we shook off that confusion, Kongo Suha could have sweeped the whole goddamn works. So we switch into Shunsui because we do not like confusion. Goes for the Crunch. We do the Thunderbolt. Sharpedo can't survive that from level 55. For the first time all game, we're not even level. We're not under leveled. We're above level until we get to about Drake, we are over leveled. Oh, here comes the Cotton Spore. Immediate speed harsh fall. Speed harsh fall? Harsh fall. Harsh fall. Feel like I got fucking... I was gonna say something and I feel like I'll get cancelled over that. Not that I have anybody to cancel me for, but you know. Cotton Spore, you guys get it. I got something in my throat. So yeah. He goes for the Snatch, awaiting making a move with a flamethrower. Like, what are you waiting for? We're gonna attack your ass. And kill the Absol. So we killed the Cacturne, we killed the Absol. The only thing left is the Shiftry, which once again, it was a double teaming expert, which, oh my god, I hated that shit with Koga in Gen 2, and I hate it now with Sydney in, yep, see, here goes the double team bullshit. Not a fan. Flamethrower. Just gotta keep trying. Eventually it's gotta hit. Then I got sick of it, and this is the whole reason for Aerial Ace, baby. Because Aerial Ace cannot miss. It's swift, flying swift. Let's go. Do whatever you want, bitch. Use a psychic move as a dark type. I don't give a shit. That's what you need. That's why you keep moves like Swift, Aerial Ace. And what's the water one? There's a water one. Not Aqua Jet. Aqua Jet's the fast one. What's the... Oh, Shockwave is the electric one. Yeah. That's why you gotta keep at least one of them on your moveset, because double teaming teams are just the worst, aren't they? They're just the worst. So now we're gonna use up, obviously, our potions. You know, because this is why we stockpile them. This is why we stockpile everything, and we end up losing shit, you know. So we use our potions just to get rid of a little bit of that chip damage off of everybody. Everybody else is cool. Everybody's cool. Now we gotta think about what's coming next. But yeah, we don't use anything. Unless absolutely necessary, we don't use anything. We run back to Pokemon Centers. We don't give a shit. Unless, and once again, gym leader battles. That's how you lose shit in gyms. That's why Watson and Flannery were so scary in this particular run. Because we were not, you know, we absorbed a lot of damage. We took on a lot of damage. And now we're up against the second Elite Four. With her ghost type bullshit. And now she's using curse. Okay, she's gonna kill herself. We like that. We can switch out immediately. Not take any curse damage. Sorry, we take a little bit of curse damage. Actually, a lot of curse damage. God damn. Okay, let's just switch out. Yeah. Torco, go. Little flamethrower. Why not? This thing has Earthquake. Okay then. Now I'm pissed and I just want to flamethrower him for the fuckery of it. Like, wait a minute. This Dusclops, which that critical hit probably mattered, not gonna lie, but I hit that flamethrower out of pure spite. I can admit that. I was like, you fucker had Earthquake? You bitch? You know, you're a ghost type. Leave the fucking ground types for the ground types, you bitch. Like, or the powerhouses. You're not a Dusclops yet. You know, Dustonoir, sorry, you're a Dusclops. You're not a Dustonoir. God damn it. Now I'm making myself sound like a fucking idiot. Anyway, we're killing the Banats. And with that pissed off, we're using Flame Wheel. And comes to Sableye, and we're like, yeah, fuck it. Flamethrower. Yeah, like, I'm bound and determined now that I was insulted with that, like, cheap Earthquake shot. I'm like, no, I'm killing everything with Torco. Here comes another Banat, and I'm like, Flamethrower. Yep. I'm sweeping the whole team with Torco, because now I'm mad. I'm insulted. And funnily enough, I do it. I was literally insulted. I was so pissed. I was like, you fucking had Earthquake on this goddamn thing? Like, that's the last thing I expected this thing to have. Used an Earthquake, and I was just mad at that point. And I was like, oh, fuck you. And that's what happened. I don't know why I didn't know it had Earthquake, but it did. So, now we used a Hyper Potion there, and now we're going to use a Super Potion on... Once again, now, this is the time to use them, obviously. So we use some of our elixirs, obviously. And we don't have that many more healing items. We've got a few soda pops and stuff, which is great. But in battle, we only have a couple hyper potions and a max potion left. I think we have one full restore. You gotta remember, that's only 2 Elite 4 down. We have 2 more Elite 4, and then the champion. So while that seems like a lot of healing items, in battle, 60 HP heal does nothing. So we need to save those ones for the in-battle mistakes we might make. And now Glacia. This is where I've ended, as I've told you guys before. Glacia, you know, obviously daughter of Agatha, is where I have ended all my runs. Like 75% of my runs in Gen 3 are ended by her. She has ended every single one of them. I never get past her. Like if I get past her, I win. I either win or I lose to her. Like there's almost never a situation where I've played a full Nuzlocke, at the very least got to the Elite Four. I either lose to her or I win. I've never lost to the champion. I've never lost to Steven. I've always lost to her. So here we go. We're doing the Kongo Suha thing. We're trying to make this shit. We're playing the game. We have the hail up and stuff. We're going for the brick break. We know that the ice beam is gonna be like not very effective damage. Waiting for all those heals to come in, which they did, which is good. So we've used up some of the heals. We get rid of the first Glalie. We've only taken about 50 damage. That's not bad. But then comes the ones who can use, obviously, water type moves, surfs and stuff like that. So we're kind of worried. So we switch into the goat. But we know this is a risky move. Because they didn't use an ice move, but they could have. So we switch in to Inuyasha. We know can immediately kill a CeeLo at level 50 with a Leaf Blade. Right? Cannot. Bad. Thankfully, both the hail and the ice stopped. We assume what happened last time? What did we talk about? We assume a heal, so we go for the Giga Drain. It doesn't happen. We get a little bit of heal back, obviously, but we assumed a heal was coming. It didn't happen. Well, we were saved. That ice ball would have done massive damage, and now I'm worried. So now I play it, and now I want to play it more safe. So now I'm thinking, well, switching to Shunsui, right? Do the Thunderbolt. It's definitely gonna kill. But we're going to take massive damage by the switching. Especially level 52. If we couldn't kill level 50, I'm going to kill level 52. But we take the Attract instead of just grabbing the Giga Drain. The Giga Drain, then the switch would have been so much better. So we screwed up once again with the Giga Drain switch. We were immobilized by love, then we take the Blizzard hit. Even without the hail up. And my god. We try it again. We're in love. We get the Thunderbolt off. This is why I hate Agatha's daughter. It's a crit. Didn't matter. Maybe, but a high roll Thunderbolt probably would have killed. So now we have the Glalie to deal with. Thunderbolt. Does what? I was gonna say, alright, here's how we're gonna deal with this, but never mind. Critical hit probably mattered there. In comes the Walrein. Fuck it. Thunderbolt him. Can he kill us with a Blizzard? Maybe? Don't know. But we're never gonna find out because critical hits for days. Let's go, Glacia. How does it feel to be on the other side of being fucked? Getting wrecked. That's exactly what I did to her. And I'm very happy about that. I'm like over the moon about that. So we're taking those soda pops, as I talked about before. And those super potions, and we're making them do their work, because, as I said, 1 max potion, 4 hyper potions, not bad. But if things go really south, you never know. So, now we go against the dragon trainer himself. Not Lance. Lance is great uncle twice removed. Drake the Dragon Master. Such an original name. I don't know what's sticking to this coaster, but it's bothering me. I gotta wipe that shit down or something. So we are definitely gonna sit here and ice beam our way to victory. To be fair, we only have one answer to most of Steven's matchups in the form of Toriko. So, yeah, this is gonna be fun. And here we go. Ice beam. Times 4, there shouldn't be an issue. Yeah. 2 levels higher, there should be no issue with a mid-level 50. We should be able to ice beam the entire team. So far we've been doing so. I'm just saying, in general, there shouldn't be an issue. Sandstorm. Ice beam. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Like, what the fuck? Something's sticking. I'll find out what it is. Oh, he flew up. He's faster. Alright. Alright. Salaman's trying to make this a fucking match. I'm here for it. Let's do it. Come on, Salamans. Show me what you got. And that was actually a really decent hit. But sorry, bud. You did not make that cut. And we did defeat Drake. Bang, bang, ba-da-da-da-da-da, tang, tang, tang. The champion is waiting, and we are waiting for him. Though, to be fair, I gotta clean this shit, guys. Give me, like, 2 seconds. Alright, we'll come back to this while we heal up all our dudes. But I gotta wash this down. Like, something's bothering me that's sticking. And we're back to... Well, we never really left, technically. From your guys' perspective, anyways. We restored some PP. Some power points. And now we're thinking, alright. Blast us. Ichiru, Toriko, Shinsui, Kongo Suha, Inuyasha. Are any of them ready for this? Like, what's the deal? Like, what do we need to do? And just grab, like, might as well use up that elixir and make sure that everything's ready to go, because we have only, as you just saw, a full restore max potion. That's great, but things go south and we're kind of SOL. Shinsui is always the best pivot start. Quick Thunderbolt or get the fuck out of there. Or Thunderwave. No matter what goes down, this is the right choice. Excuse me. Steven is probably, like, people say Cynthia. Steven is the hardest. Steven's probably... Lance, Heart Gold, Soul Silver is the hardest, in my opinion, champion that I've ever faced in a Nuzlocke. Steven second, Cynthia third. easy. Cynthia is not the hardest fucking... Anybody who says otherwise, full of shit. They've never done Nuzlocke. Alright. Thunderbolt. Because you know Cynthia's coming. You just grab a fucking powerful ice type. You know. But here, like steel type. With all the different types, it's like, alright, great. We got rid of the Scummy. Now we got the Aggron. Alright, let's switch out. The Aggron goes for a very powerful, probably Earthquake. Does minimal damage. Great. Let's go for the Giga Drain. Let's get that damage back. Why not? Does about half, which is great. So now we can go for the Leaf Blade if we want. Or we know we can kill with the Giga Drain and get most of that HP back. So we're going to do that. Which is a smart choice in that scenario. But it doesn't always work out for everybody. Not everybody has both a Jolteon and a Sceptile, you know, in the party when this happens. Now in comes the Cradilly. Herein lies the problem. We can't Leech Seed, we can't do anything. We can Aerial Ace at best, which will do neutral damage. So now we gotta switch. So we go to Kongosuha. Because this thing has a little bit of everything. And it goes for the Confuse Ray. Because why not? Go for the Confuse Ray. So now we gotta switch. So we switch back into... We go for Torkoal for the Flamethrower, right? Can't stay in for more than one hit. Because there's type problems. So we go for that Flamethrower. We know we can take one. So neutral Flamethrower, which does almost half. Goes for the Confuse Ray instead of hitting us where it hurts. Alright, fair enough. So we switch to Kongosuha. And then this is the game we play. Just have to keep playing the game. The Ancient Power comes in. It's neutral instead of super effective. And now we can go for either the Earthquake or the Brick Break. We go for the Brick Break. Super effective hit. Just shy of killing. And then we get the Confuse Ray. So now we have to switch. Because of the Confuse Ray, we can't take that chance. Things got Giga Drain, it'll just... it's just not worth it. So now I'm thinking Ichiryu. What about neutral? What about just going full on neutral and just hitting the goddamn thing with a body slam, with a strength, you know? It's got surf, but what does that matter? Toxic even would work because it's grass, rock, right? So we go Ichiryu. Thing uses a full restore, and then I'm thinking, alright, maybe Toxic will work. Like, not in the sense that Toxic wouldn't have worked, like, type-wise. Just like, are we really going to pull the switcheroo and let Toxic do my problem for me? Because I can't kill the Cradilly without sacrificing the chance of losing somebody. Between the Confuse Rays, the Ancient Power, you know, the Giga Drain, I'm just like, I'm SOL. I'm a 2-hit KO from this fucking thing. See, like, watch, Giga Drain. Nah, that's scary enough. I can take a hit from it, but then it just recovers most of its damage. It's not worth it. So switching into the Giga Drain on the Inuyasha is better. And the longer it stays out with that Toxic, the harder it's going to be for it to do anything. So now I'm just playing this switch game, letting Toxic do my work for me. Confuse Ray? Sure, go ahead. It might be a cheap way to do it, but I just I'm not willing to take that critical hit chance. I'm not willing to take that high roll chance. I don't want to lose anybody, you know? It's really sad, to be honest. And then so I finally switch in knowing that the Giga Drain's coming on the Torkoal. And once again, I'm going to go for the Flamethrower once the toxic damage has done its thing. And knowing that the Flamethrower can do it. But he goes for the full restore the moment I was choosing to do it. So now I'm sort of locked in. I'm like, do I do a double Flamethrower? Do I sit here and do it twice? And I say, yeah, fuck it, I do it. And we get it. No ancient power problems. No bullshit. Boom. Torkoal actually managed it. I mean, maybe I overthought the whole thing from the get-go. I don't know. But, you know. And now I just, Metagross came out and I said, fuck it, Flamethrower. And it worked. That thing is so deadly. But that Flamethrower just cleared everything up. So now we're into the Claydol. So the Metagross was so scary. The Cradilly was so scary. Both taken out with the Flamethrower problem. The light screen comes in with the special defense issue. We go for the Surf. Just to see. It's like, okay, 3 Surfs will kill this thing. So then it goes for the Reflect. And it's like, well, that didn't help you. So I go for the Rain Dance just to boost the water. It goes for the Earthquake. That's not going to do anything. Go for the Surf. Get that boosted power and gone. There goes the Claydol and all that's left. Armaldo. Armaldo, I'm sorry my guy, but I could surf him. So I don't know why I ice beamed him. Light screen wore off. Rain continues to fall. One surf would take him out, but for some reason I'm just like, eh. Switch out just to be safe, I guess. Then I say, fuck it, surf him. I guess I thought for some reason that the bug rock type was weird or something. Anyways. But we do defeat Champion Steven with that one. And we get a kudos from Steven himself. We get the kudos. Which I'll take. I'll take every day of the week. So there we go. We did it. May congratulates us even. As our rival. Thank you, May. Bam, 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 bam. So now we go to the final room, where we can acknowledge all the winners. All the wonderful lottery winners. That is our team. I love that mirrored floor. It just looks really good. You know what I'm saying? That shit looks, yeah, that shit looks stellar. And here we go. Shunsui, Ichiryu, Inuyasha, Toriko, Kenpachi, Kongo Suha. And they all made it to that glorious Hall of Fame. Let's goddamn go. Let's go. Let's go. So that was Yeah, I'm really happy with the outcome of this. Obviously, no losses, only captures, and everyone did phenomenally. And I'm just happy that we now have it here that I can go through now. We made the decision before the time of this recording to play through Leaf Green and Fire Red before doing Emerald. Emerald being the final one because it's nice to end every generation off on the special edition version of each game. And since Fire Red Leaf Green did not exactly have a water blue, though I half created one myself years ago, and a lot of people did. Obviously, they made ROM hacks, etc. I made my own ROM hack of that as well, and the big thing is to end each leg of this run on a big game, like on a special game, on a one note, as it is a one note. You know what I mean? I don't know if that makes a whole lot of sense, but maybe you guys get where I'm coming from. So now that we've done Ruby and Sapphire, we've already done at the time of this recording. We've been playing through the Kanto Leaf Green Fire Red game. So as a result, our plan is to, if we get through Leaf Green and Fire Red, we will then move on to Emerald as the final game of the Gen 3 leg of the GameLocke. So, depending on what happens in the next game or two, Emerald will have to wait. Emerald will be after the double Kanto games, if we make it. If we get through Leaf Green, and if we get through Fire Red, then big times await. Into Gen 4, where the physical special split will matter a whole hell of a lot. So, yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching. And now let's just move on to the credit scene. Now that we went all the end and black and white screen. Alright, so yeah, 2 more points to spend now that we have officially finished Pokemon Sapphire of the Anime GameLocke Challenge. What to spend them on? We'll have to figure that out on the next one. So, what do you guys think though? You know, there's always an opportunity, of course, to leave your suggestions and comments in the video box down below. And tell us what do you think we should do? You know, going forward, like what should we build upon? Like we have these obvious great team members and stuff like that, but what should we be focusing on? Should we be focusing on natures, IVs, egg moves, you know? And or should we sort of take away from that, bank some points even? Is that a strategy, to bank the points and hope for better things to come along later and hope for the best? These are all viable options, and I'm looking forward to hearing from each and every one of you if you're interested. And yeah, either way, I've been having a phenomenal time playing through each Pokemon Core Series game, because some of them I have never played, or I've only played once or twice. So, fact of the matter is, playing through each of these games has been a fun time, you know. Even if I don't discover anything new under the sun, as they say, I'm just enjoying it. I'm just enjoying my time at my own pace as I do it, and then I edit everything later, and then of course the footage is put together and I record for all of you wonderful people. So I hope you guys have enjoyed walking through this with me, and hope you continue to enjoy. So, like, comment, subscribe. I will see all you Pokemon trainers back here next time. For, I believe we're doing Leaf Green first, maybe Fire Red. I have no idea. But anyways, we'll see you back here next time. Have a good one. Sayonara.